Week 2 preseason takeaways. The last game was played Monday, Jets versus Falcons. What are your
down touchdown right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Takeaways from Week 2. I feel like a lot less starters played Week 2 than Week 1. I don't know if that was how it was last year either. I think a couple offenses that were expecting to be great are going to be great. The Bills scored 42 points against Denver. Starting quarterbacks threw a combined 300 yards, 90% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. So Brian Dable left. They're not going to miss a beat. And Patrick Mahomes, it's the preseason. It doesn't matter. I think he's going to be fine without Tyreek Hill. He's looked phenomenal. In terms of players that matter or can move up and down the depth chart, starting off with Kenny Pickett. You know, last week we had the debate, should you start him Week 1 or not? I'm still on the fence that you should, or still on the side that you should start Kenny Pickett, but I think Steelers fans need to take a step back. I don't think it's going to be a high-powered offense. He has an average depth of target, ADOT of 5.3, has 1 pass over 20 yards. So this is not someone who has shown the ability to throw the ball down the field yet. He's a quick decision maker, but for the most part, it's been very short stuff. Brian Robinson, we talked about it Week 1. Week 2, he was the first running back to get a carry. Antonio Gibson was doing kick returns. I think Antonio Gibson is the better player. He's more talented, but Brian Robinson's going to have a role. And then lastly, Malik Willis. I feel like there's been some mixed reviews of Malik. I see some people saying, oh my God, he looks amazing, he should start. Other people saying he looks terrible. This is what I'm expecting from Malik. He's shown a lot of physical attributes and traits that we saw at Liberty, but right now he's not ready to be a highly efficient passer. He still has a lot of work to do. But he has shown those flashes of being able to move out of the pocket, throw on the run, change arm angles. But right now, Ryan Tannehill's job is very secure.
Brian Robinson, you mentioned him very disrespectfully.
How? Antonio Gibson's more talented.
Well, talent only takes you so far. You got to have all this other shit you talk about.
I'm not
and that's what Brian Robinson
Washington's
has.
not. We're not talking about Washington going to the fucking Super Bowl.
And that's what Brian Robinson has.
It's a running back, not a quarterback.
Brian Robinson has. He's talented. He's skilled. He's a freight train. There's a reason that before the draft, I said, Brian Robinson, that guy, he's my...
Do you know a stat line for this preseason game that everyone's hyping up?
It wasn't great, I know.
It was 8 for 30. 8 carries, 30 yards.
But I said, Brian Robinson, that's my guy. That's my guy in the draft. He's going to be very, very good. Did I think he was going to overtake Antonio Gibson? I did not. But the fact that he's overtaken him means that this Washington coaching staff believes in him.
Well, Gibson has a fumbling problem, and Brian Robinson doesn't fumble.
Yeah, and Brian Robinson
put him on the field.
He's a freight train, too.
Gibson's more talented.
He's a freight train. So it's Brian Robinson, I'm not surprised by this. I knew he was this good of a player. I hope he gets a lot of snaps in regular season because he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. That's my guy. Brian Robinson and Gabriel Davis.
Great catch.
The Bills, you saw Josh Allen throw a dot. I mean, Gabe Davis, 28-yard touchdown pass. I think Josh Allen he's of course going to have a big-time year next year. But Gabe Davis is really going to reap the benefits of this great quarterback. Stephon Diggs, we know what he's going to do.
Dog.
But Gabe Davis averaging almost 16 yards a catch last season. I think he's going to be a viable deep threat for Buffalo. He could have 1,000 yards, but he's going to be their second option, their second option for sure next season, and he's going to have a big-time season. You're looking at the poll results?
I want everyone to go.
70 to 30 is not that bad.
80 to what?
It was 73 to 27%.
He's down right now. You got to come back.
30%.
Early in the day.
Still pretty good.
Early in the day.
Say we have 23 hours left on this poll.
And out of 10 people, 7 people say yes, 3 people say no.
57 people voted. Decent sample size.
Bounce back.
James Cook also, I think, looked very great for Buffalo. He's an elusive back. I think this is the year that Buffalo's going to incorporate the running backs a bit more, which I think is needed to take some pressure off of Josh Allen. And my last two, Patrick Mahomes, even without Tyreek Hill in his preseason drives against the Bears, 6 for 7, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Against the Commanders, 12 for 19, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mahomes is going to be just fine without Tyreek Hill. I'm betting on Tyreek Hill falling off more than Mahomes. I'm counting on Tyreek Hill falling off without Mahomes more than Mahomes going to fall off without Tyreek Hill. Mahomes doesn't need Tyreek Hill. He's literally the best quarterback in the NFL right now. You can debate it 1A, 1B, but he is an all-time great, can go down as one of the best ever, and the Chiefs' offense will be just fine. They don't need Tyreek Hill.
I like Sky more.
And Jordan Love, he had his best pro performance of his career up to date.
In the preseason.
And I think,
congratulations.
well, okay, but he doesn't get to play in the regular season because Aaron Rodgers is playing over
Nobody
him.
plays in
Did
the
you
preseason.
see the clip we put up, the Would You Rather Jordan Love?
I seen that bullshit,
Okay.
and I saw a lot of dumb shit going on.
A lot of dumb
it was
shit.
actually crazy.
That was
A
hilarious.
lot of
Like,
dumb
it-
shit.
And Jordan Love,
You guys
I
were on the
think,
generational dumbass moment vlog.
Nah,
It
yo,
was
there-
crazy.
two out of the three on the show were on some dumb shit.
and
Kenny
you know,
Pickett.
this is I
Said
think
Pickett too.
Crazy.
you could look at it from that lens if you don't believe in Jordan Love, but I believe in Jordan Love.
Yeah, but you
I
have
was
to
It's just
believe in him
it's
based on what?
There's just not
though?
enough film to say you believe in
off
anything.
the talent,
College.
off the talent.
Yeah, right.
Off
It's
the
college
talent.
film. He hasn't-
Also,
he hasn't
it's
played
been
for
4 years since he's in college.
I seen him versus the Saints, the most poised I've seen him, and I said that about him last week in week 1. The throws he was able to make, the high level throws, degree of difficulty. Jordan Love is getting better.
Sam
And
Darnold made difficult throws.
Jordan Love, I
He's
think, is going to
fucking
be a
dreadful.
good quarterback. Now, people can rule out Jordan Love all they want. Well, guess what? Year 3 Aaron Rodgers, they did the same thing. Year 3 Aaron
That's
Rodgers.
his comp. That's Jordan Love's
Year
comp.
3
It's
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron,
comp.
need I tell you?
What he said or the media?
No, that's what he's saying right now.
I
That's his
thought you
comp.
were saying the media.
I don't know if you're familiar with this. When Aaron Rodgers was drafted by Green Bay,
It wasn't because Brett Favre was.
Yes.
Never mind.
Packers fans
Well, Aaron
Hey,
Rodgers too.
Packers fans hated Aaron Rodgers. They hated his guts. He didn't start until his 4th year in the league. In his 3rd year in the league, they were ready to call him a bust. They chastised him. They said he wasn't any good. They wanted Favre. Guess what? Aaron Rodgers turns into this all-time great. Is Love going to be an all-time great quarterback? I don't know that. But
No.
I think Jordan Love is going to be a very good quarterback, and him sitting is beneficial for his development, and he has all the talent, and he's gonna be big time. Now, people want to believe in it or not, it's fine. It's not going to come into fruition into a couple years, but
He's not going to be better than Tua.
stick with Jordan Love, and he's gonna make you.
He's not going to be better
He's
than
gonna
Tua.
make you happy that you made that decision.
He's not going to be better than Tua.
Alright, you could say
it's
that.
just
I
it's
don't
just
care.
the thing with Jordan Love is just not enough film in the NFL to really build up a proper analysis on him. Everything's just based off college, pretty much his upside. But
So that goes both ways, though.
yeah, there's like it should be no.
So if you think
positive-
he's gonna be garbage, there's not enough to dictate he's gonna be garbage
fact,
either.
there is no positive or negative. Like there's not enough to really. You're basing it off college at this point, so it's all projecting. You're projecting he's going to be great. You're projecting he's going to be a bust.
Just
At this point,
damn near every quarterback in NFL history who sat their first 3 years usually don't turn out to be
How many?
one of the
Can,
top
can
10
you? How many
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks sat their
No,
first 3
because
years?
usually when you're really good at football, you get on the field.
Over
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers.
over
in
who?
front
Aaron
of him.
Rodgers?
I know there's multiple times where Aaron Rodgers didn't want to be in Green Bay.
You think they could trade Jordan Love, get something?
No, I'm saying there was times where Aaron Rodgers didn't want to be a
Oh, you're
Packer.
saying like they could
multiple times, or just once. It was
Probably just
I think
once.
just in Jordan
I think
Love's tenure. It was
twice.
just once. It was in the time of the draft.
It was the draft, yeah.
That's
was it
it.
last year?
The
End of last
Justin
season?
Fields draft.
And
the
that
Zach Wilson draft.
that was fixed very quickly.
Was there another
Twice.
I think it was twice.
So
Aaron Rodgers
I
started
love
very
when
frequently,
you
wasn't
do
it?
this because how many quarterbacks sat the first 3 years? Actually,
Not many.
Can you
That's
name?
why his comp is Aaron Rodgers.
Well, not many. Name me names. Can you name? If you can name me 3 names, I'll give it to you.
Well, there's no first round draft pick who sits for 3 years as a quarterback other than Aaron Rodgers, really.
So that
'cause
was
when
that
you're-
was really the last one to do it.
No, Brees started early. No, at least I don't know what year. Drew Brees. It wasn't year 3 or 4.
Brees was a second round pick.
Okay.
He was with the Chargers.
Usually, your first round pick, you get on the field. That's where there's no comp because there's rarely been times in NFL history
How
where
many-
you spend a first round pick on a guy you don't play.
How many teams in NFL history, or even in the past 10 years, have drafted a quarterback with the assumption that they're not going to play multiple years because you have a Hall of Famer in front of them?
It almost never happens.
No, it hasn't happened. So you're telling me it almost never happens, but really the only comparison is Aaron Rodgers.
You also know the issue that the Packers are going to run into, where they're going to have to choose a 5th-year option, pay Jordan Love $25 million, like we were talking
and I
about
think
last
they'll
week.
pay him.
And you're going to have Aaron Rodgers under contract. You can pay $25 million for a backup.
I think they're going to keep Jordan Love with, like, that's not a question. I think they're keeping Jordan Love.
So you're gonna spend Aaron Rodgers is getting 50
So
a
what
year.
you're telling me right now is that
You're
you
spending
can't,
$75 million on quarterback.
I told
for
you
the
to
year.
name 3 players. You can't name me one outside of Aaron Rodgers. That's the only one.
No, because bro, you don't spend a first-round pick and don't play them. No team does that. If you have any sanity, you don't do
That's
that.
because you have Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Okay, probably wasn't a good pick.
It might have not been a good pick, but to say that he's bad because he's not playing over Aaron Rodgers, I think is a pretty
No,
dumb thing.
you're taking guys that have proven in the league to be good quarterbacks over him.
Ooh.
You took Tua over him. I
Tua's a
you
good
took
quarterback?
Jordan Love over Tua. Tua
Tua
has
is-
shown us infinitely more than
Tua
Jordan
is
Love has.
a good quarterback.
No, he's not.
He's a good
He's
quarterback.
not. He's average. He's literally
I
average.
wouldn't say he's
You know,
above
what's
average.
Jordan Love's floor?
His floor is an average quarterback.
His floor is out of the league. His floor is Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yes.
his floor is average quarterback.
No,
So
So his
he's
floor
at
is
his floor
Tua?
right now.
his floor is Tua.
Probably, yeah.
You're insane.
So you think
Talk about Jordan Love.
You think Tua is shown to be so? Who else outside of Tua is a good quarterback?
Would you rather have? Well, the names we did weren't really crazy. Like we picked Jameis over him. Like Jameis is like what, the 18th best quarterback?
That's pretty good.
God. That's what I'm saying. Would you rather have Jordan Love or you'd rather have Trevor Lawrence, I'm assuming?
Of course.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Justin Fields.
I'd rather be Jordan Love.
Baker Mayfield.
That's really close.
Trey Lance.
I'd rather have Trey.
He's on the Trey Lance
Yeah,
trade now.
I mean, you have to pick Trey Lance.
Baker. Baker? I know what Baker's going to give me his floor.
Carson Wentz.
When healthy, I'm taking Jordan Love.
What?
I think Baker's better than Carson Wentz.
He's what? That's crazy too.
How is that crazy?
Carson Wentz threw for like
It's just
27 touchdowns last year.
just
Less
Carson
than,
Wentz.
less than
Dying
10
hill where
picks.
guy doesn't
Carson
play.
Wentz was
Like it's hard to root for someone who
I
doesn't
get it.
play.
I get it.
You
I
know?
get it.
Like
Carson Wentz's touchdown interception ratio last year was like 27 to 8.
it was elite.
27-7.
It was elite.
yeah,
He
because
just
the
wasn't
numbers
accurate.
for you.
This wasn't accurate.
But okay, but they count for something. He's better than Baker.
He literally was the reason the season
They're in the
was
same
fucking
tier
garbage.
for me.
Sure.
I think in my rankings I'm like 22, 23.
The reason the Colts didn't make the playoffs was because of Carson Wentz. He folded,
The
and
whole
a lot,
team folded.
and he had the most. He was top 5 in most. He was top 5 in most dropped interceptions last year. Carson Wentz. A lot of his picks were dropped. Carson Wentz has been
Matt Ryan or Jordan Love.
Come on, bro.
You're starting a franchise today. Pick
Come
one.
on, bro.
38-year-old Matt Ryan or the unknown of Jordan Love.
It's literally the unknown with Jordan Love.
I know.
Throwing him out there.
You'd rather just take the 38-year-old Matt Ryan if you had to start a franchise today.
Matt Ryan got some years in him, man. If I have,
Two?
you said to start a franchise, or I got
He said start
I
a
have
franchise.
a contending, competing roster right
Start
now.
a franchise.
Jordan Love.
I think you
Okay.
should.
If I'm
you
starting
have
a,
to.
if I'm starting a franchise,
I think that's
yes.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I know you're a fucking Matt Ryan. That's why.
Well, if you said I have a competing team, that's Matt Ryan.
Oh, so you don't think Jordan Love could win right now?
I don't think he's better than Matt Ryan.
You don't think if Jordan Love was the starting quarterback instead of the Packers, what are they? Wild card? They don't win the division.
I say 7-10, 8-9.
7-10, 8-9. And what do you think they are with Rodgers? 11 wins? 10
Yeah, they could be 11. You can't really count out Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. That's why I think he just adds that much more wins to them. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Jordan Love.
I'm like hibernating.
Please don't. All right, that's
no,
fine.
I'm hibernating.
He's
Well, we'll be
hibernating.
right in this spot next year.
When he's still the backup?
He's literally going to still be the backup next year.
I hope Jordan Love plays this season in some regular season games. You're gonna regret what you're
That
talking
means Aaron
about.
will have to get hurt.
I
Which means you're wishing on his hurt.
And I don't want to do that. I
Just
like Aaron.
A small ankle sprain that keeps him out for 3 weeks.
But Aaron thinks he's learning too. Aaron's talked up about him too, talking highly.
Well, I'm glad it took them 3 years to speak positively on their first round draft pick.
No, it didn't actually. It took him less than that.
No, but last year they didn't say shit about him.
No, they did actually.
No, last year
Did you-
LaFleur
did you
literally
wa-
say that he's light years ahead of where he was last year.
Did you read what Aaron Rodgers? Well, actually, watch. He was on Pat McAfee last year.
Okay.
He talked about Jordan Love and said he's a great kid.
I was talking about LaFleur. Oh, he's a great kid. So
No,
he's
he said more things about him.
Oh my God, your headline was he's a great kid. Come on,
If you
bro.
don't want to,
Sam
be Jordan
Darnold's
Love's
a
guy,
great kid.